Hello class, today we're going to talk about tutorial 9, which is a very important chapter of the class. Things you have learned, uh, how to put it all together really. There's one concept that all programs, pretty much the major ones like Dreamweaver and Expression Web, even Front Page and any other programs, they use what's called dynamic web template. The dynamic web template is what it is a page, a template page that is allow us to create other pages based on that page. That means we'll keep a uniformity of the website. If you want to change one thing on one page, all pages are automatically changed. I have some website I created which has about 75 pages. If I want to change the footer, for instance, and change the year of the copyright, I have to go in the past. I have to go to each individual page and change the number. The other different methods of using like share pages or frame set, but the dynamic web template has proven to be a very valuable concept where you create the template page, and from the template page you can create as many pages as you want, and if you want to change one of them, they'll all be changed at the same time. So one thing you have to understand, the dynamic web template, the only content that has is the common content like the footer, the main paragraph for the company, and the main links. The dynamic web template page does not have the content of the site. It only has the components of the links, the footer, and the banner. The content are actually added into the regular web pages. Your dynamic web template also cannot be viewed in the browser. Some browsers view it, but mostly the browsers do not view it. They only show you the codes. If you want to view the results in the browser, you have to create a normal page, and then you view that normal page in a broad browser. So I'm going to start opening tutorial 9 site. Go to see data files, go to data files, tutorial 9, data files, tutorial, click open, then open. One thing we notice, this particular folder open as we should. There's no other tutorials you'll see here, and I'm sorry, there's no other folders you'll see here because this is completely a blank site. In order for your website to work appropriately, you do have to do this as the first step, especially if you want to use the dynamic web template. So I'm going to click on site settings. In the general tab, I want to make sure this box is checked. This box, if you probably notice, many of you have those hidden folders. Inside the hidden folders, they have hidden files as well that correlate with your existing files, and also images. Click OK. Your website is going to refresh to make sure that Expression Web is maintaining all the integrity of the files, and right away would generate those hidden files that you do not see in here. Some of you may see it when you open that particular folder, some of you don't. It depends on how your Microsoft window is set up. So another thing is I'm gonna create as a subsite. It's another subdomain. It's a subsite. What's the difference between a subsite and a subdomain? The subsite is really a folder within your normal website that may have a different theme or a different template. The Expression Web will manage that subsite as a normal site, but again, that particular folder or that particular site is within your normal site. But let me explain a little bit more. So if you go to Expression Web, to Internet Browser, this is right here is subdomain of the highline.edu main website, and the subdomain name is called ThunderNet. The tutoring center is one as well. We have one like the btech.highline.edu. All these are subdomains of the main domain of highline.edu. So please don't mix those two up. So I'm gonna create a subsite. To create a subsite, that it could be managed by Expression Web separately. I'm going to right click on the root folder here, then do new, then click Subsite. So it's created a new site for you. This particular site is going to be within this tutorial folder, and I'm going to make sure I have appropriate name for it. I'm going to click Browse, create a new folder. I'm going to name that folder Keen. Hit enter twice to go into that folder, then click open. Once we open it, go on templates. Now these are the sample template sites. I'm going to select one of those templates. If you're interested, you can select other ones. You can always create a new subsite that way. When you create a sample, one bad thing about, actually there are a lot of good things about this template sites, but the things you need to notice, this template sites will generate editable regions that you might not use, will have styles that really limit your work, like when you want to resize image or position an image, and also limit your styling as well, because it's all pre-formatted already. I do not want you to use this for your final project. So the book is asking you to select small business 4. Click OK. As soon as you click OK, the site is actually generated. When I double click on Keen to open it, it's going to open in a new Expression Web window. So now I have 2 Expression Web open, the original site and its subsite. So what we have here, as you notice on the left side, another things that I don't like the template, it generates a lot of folders, and in each folder correlate with that links that you have here and at the footer. But if you go to each folder, has a default page. So we have all the pages are named default within that folder. I don't like it. Sometimes in the past, Linux and Unix by default do not recognize default as the home page. However, Highline changed that and made the default as a home page in order to work. So if you want to post this, those will work on the Unix server or Linux server, but you have to change all default to index. That would be the first thing you need to do. And if you notice here in the page I opened, which is the first home page for the entire this site right here, there are areas that I cannot edit. These areas cannot edit. However, these areas here I can edit. This area here I cannot edit. So the areas I cannot edit is a part of what we call non-editable region. And the area we can edit, we call it editable region. So this is based on a template, and the template name is right here called master.wt. And of course, it's going to be located in my main folder here. So I'm going to close this default and start playing with the template to understand what's going on. So this is my master template. Any changes or modifications I do here to this template, it will reflect, and all the pages are located in these folders. And you can see there's quite a few of them. So make sure you do the right thing. And we're going to go ahead and do this. So we're going to follow the book here. If you're interested, the book asking you to view that pages and look for it from one area to another. You can go ahead and do that. The book is asking you to open your existing page and view it in the browser, and you can check how the pages are added automatically and the things we need to do to change. So we're gonna go ahead and start changing the content in here to reflect to the business I want to work with. I'm gonna be changing the phone numbers. So I'm on page 436. The office number is going to be 631, then 555, and 2405. The fax number is going to be 847 555 3478, and I'm gonna delete that toll-free number completely. Select those two lines and make it bold. Save it. It's gonna give me that message. There are 15 pages using the master dynamic web template. Click yes to update, and it generates. Sometimes you don't see all the pages here, so if you want to see what pages that was updated and the pages were not updated, click on that show log text box, and you'll see right there. Click close and check it, so otherwise you won't see all of them again. I'm gonna open that default.html, and you see my changes are right here. I'm gonna keep this open in the browser so we can go back to it and change it as we see the changes as needed. Minimize it. I'm gonna leave this open on purpose because some of you will do that mistakes all the time. So I'm gonna go back, change the master template again, and keep in mind what happened to default.html. On the left side here, sometimes you will have problems changing the links and the content of the templates. So a lot of times I do the changes in the code view to ensure it works. Okay, so we're gonna go change some of the names on the links from the side menu and from the footer, but just keep in mind things will not appear or will not be as friendly as you would like them to be. One thing to notice, these links are based on a bullets. These are actually bullets. Watch this language right here. This is an order list, and I'm on the list, and it's a hyperlink. Now, the style has changed the way this bullet looks to give us that behavior, or this look right here, which is pretty interesting. Expression Web utilize this quite a bit to do this kind of things. So the book is asking you, so we're going to try. If it doesn't work, I hope it doesn't work, so I can show you the other way. To type just event calendar, and this actually it worked here. Control S to save, say yes. When I say yes, look what happened to my default.html. I switched to it, has an asterisk. The reason why, because it's open. So if you have any pages open, make sure you click on Save All to ensure that all your changes you've done on dynamic web templates also apply to every web pages that you have open. And of course, we changed that event calendar here. I have to change it as well here. And it's not part of the link, so that's an issue. So to fix that, I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna double click on it. Go Control K. This one way to hopefully that works. Event calendar, change it in here. If not, we have to go into the code. It does work. Again, Control S to save. So there are if that way doesn't work, we can do it this way. If this way doesn't work, definitely the code will apply those changes. Delete the 2005 company name. Type instead 2013 Keen Computer Consulting. Control S to save. Apply to all. Close. Oh, I see. I didn't save all. Check your browser. Refresh to see the changes, and the changes appeared right here. I know there's another things I don't like, those templates, because it's using the old width format, which is for old monitors. Our monitors now are wider. Every style that is added in here, so something you really have to think about. If you like to explore that, you can. I've done it in my other project myself. So we're gonna go ahead and modify the paragraph, the footer at the bottom. So I'm gonna right click on this footer paragraph, modify style, and the background color is gonna be black. and click OK. We try to match this footer with this logo right here. Control S to save. Click OK. Click Yes. Click Close. And save all right here. So for now, we'll come back to this later. So I'm going to close this. Go to the default.html and start changing the content because this language does not really exist. So the heading, gonna double click on the heading, type Mike Keen, computer consultant, and you're gonna start typing that information on page 443. I'm gonna go ahead and do that by copy and paste because I already have that content written. So I'm gonna select this text right here inside this paragraph, edit paste as text, and the second subheading is gonna be what we offer. I'm gonna again copy and paste right inside here. Keep it as text. That's one way of doing it. On the subheadings 2, that's gonna change to some of our services. And I'm gonna start typing or changing the content as well. Then you go ahead and add the other content as it shows in the textbook. So we end up with this. Control S to save. View it in the browser. See what we have done. F5 to refresh. And now things will start looking a little bit better. Since the basic information is already there, we're going to add another page. Then we'll link that page to, or we add another link to that page on the side menu. So to create a page based on a dynamic web template, an existing dynamic web template, I'm going to go File, New, Create from Dynamic Web Template, scroll down to find the master, click on it, and then click Open. Then click Close. We're going to save this particular template as conferences. I can save it where I want to and change the title to conferences. Then click OK. Click Save. We're going to add content to this conference right here. The first content is going to be upcoming conferences. Going to replace this headline 2. And the second content is going to be in your textbook. Hit Enter. Type your first name, last name. Shift Enter. Tutorial 9. Conference page. Conferences page. Control S to save. Now we have that page created. All we need to do now is create the links for it from the dynamic web template and update all pages to have that link as well. Now, since we added the page, now we need to add the link to it. So I have to open the dynamic web template. And right after news, now don't worry about this. Soon we apply the link, the style will apply to it because that's a link style. I'm going to hit Enter. Then I'm going to type conferences. Highlight the conferences. Control K. And look for conferences.html. Then click OK. Again, don't worry about the way it looks. All is going to get fixed once we save it. After this horizontal vertical line, I'm going to have space, type conferences, space, horizontal vertical line again, double click on conferences, Control K, again select conferences.html and save all. Say yes. Now look, we have 16 files now because it now recognized conferences.html is using that master dynamic web template. Click yes, close. I'm gonna go view what we've done, refresh it, and here's the conferences. I click on it, and this is the changes we have done.